How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. It's your boy, British Chap, aka Dan. And we're back with WandaVision, Season 1, Episode 8. Guys, honestly, one more episode left after this. You're probably wondering what's going on, because I've been posting this every single day for the past, well, this is the third day in a row now. I'm just in this sort of mood to just get WandaVision done. I'm like, I just want to watch it. I'm sick of waiting every week. I really want to get this finished. Also, the longer I delay and the more I keep searching WandaVision up in my, browser, the more likely I am to get spoilers, so I want to avoid that as much as possible. But yeah, guys, before we get into the video, can please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for new content coming every single week. Also, don't forget to follow my Instagram, British Chap with 2Ps, the link is in the description below. But yeah, guys, like I said, welcome back for the third episode in 3 days. I hope you guys have been enjoying this sort of random surge of WandaVision episodes. I wasn't sure whether this would sort of be smart on my YouTube because, you know, people are less likely to watch the other ones, but hey, I want to get these done, and honestly, a lot of people I think are enjoying this sort of random surge of uploads, and I want to start new things, so I hope we can get this done. I may even do the 4th one tomorrow, I don't know. Now, in talking about the last few reactions, if you haven't seen the last episode, guys, don't forget to watch that one before this one. I'll leave the link somewhere up there. It was absolutely crazy. But guys, as ever, for everyone that's already seen that, I'm just doing a quick little summary now. Basically, there's not actually a lot I want to talk about. There's one thing that I do want to mention, which is the sort of weird sort of association I've noticed with Loki, the series Loki. Now, I've actually finished Loki now, if you haven't noticed that on my YouTube. And basically I noticed in the last episode, in the final few scenes, we sort of see Wanda almost go through this weird sort of dimension door in her garage, right? She sort of goes through this door. Now, what she sees is this weird viney castle-like building, which she ends up going into. Now, if that doesn't remind you of Loki in the castle in Loki, I mean, come on, seriously? I'm pretty sure it's either the same one or a similar one, which leads me to see these sort of connections. I mean, pretty sure someone recently sort of said in my comments they know that there's sort of a weird little connection that goes on between the two shows, and this happens after Loki, which is fantastic. Could this have something to do with the multiverse and different variants again? Because think about what happened in the end of Loki, right? You sort of see everything splinter, everything sort of shards off. Presumably everything that happens to this point now could have some sort of association to that weird sort of time issue that's going on. But yeah, that's just one thing I noticed, guys. And also I sort of did sort of pick up or think, I did have this one theory while I was editing the last video. I kind of had a weird theory that Agatha, I think her name's Agatha, the one that has just revealed herself as Agatha Harkness or something, with the purple energy, and it's very similar to Wanda's energy and Loki's energy. I sort of noticed, I had this weird theory that perhaps she could have been a variant of Wanda. But obviously that sort of theory was sort of debunked, if you'd like, in my comments, because people sort of did let me know that she is in the comics, and I have heard that they kind of change her a bit, so I don't think, obviously that theory now of her being a variant is gone, but that doesn't change anything to do with the multiverse and all the things that could happen and connect with other shows. And then obviously the big one that's coming soon is Doctor Strange. But yeah, guys, I guess that's the biggest things to talk about. The fact that we did find out that Agatha has been the villain all along, which is absolutely crazy. And obviously that sort of means that perhaps Wanda, the reason Wanda doesn't remember how she did this is probably because she hasn't been the one who's been orchestrating it. She didn't, almost this Agatha lady has paved the way, just like Kang did in Loki. Sort of paved the way for them to get to the point that they were at. So you never know. We don't know what's confirmed at this point. Or I presume you guys may know a bit more. I don't think there's another season of this, so I presume we do figure out exactly what's going on, or majority of what's going on, by the end of the season. But yeah, I think the only other thing I want to talk about is Pietro and Vision's situation, with the fact Vision can't leave, and I think that's sort of, I don't think that's going to change, unfortunately. And then Pietro, I kind of feel that, obviously, I think Pietro is actually under the control of Agatha. You do sort of see in that post-credit scene that he is. It does seem like he's working around for her, and he was missing that whole episode, and then he appears at the end and sort of says who's snooping around, blah, 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 and then presumably does something to, Chief, or Rambo, whatever her name is. So I don't know. Everything's up in the air. I'm still confused as hell, if you haven't noticed. But yeah, guys, like I said, if you haven't seen the last reaction and you are interested in those thoughts, etc., just go and watch it, because honestly, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to watch as well, and it's definitely worth going and watching that, guys, beforehand, just so you can be up to date with my theories and thoughts, etc., on this next episode. But yeah, guys, I think that's enough from me. So without further ado, let's get straight into the reaction. Ew, look at that purple. Look at that purple. Agatha. I don't actually... So she's like another witch, right? She's supposed to be her mentor. So what's she so evil? Oh, is this like a backstory now? Salem.
You practice the darkest of magic. I know nothing of these crimes. I swear it. Enough.
Oh.
Deception.
Is she deceiving, or is she being honest?
I did not break your rules. They simply bent to my power.
Well, so she did break them. She moved the rules a bit, just a little bit.
Please, please, Mother.
I want to say that she is just deceiving, eh? Something doesn't feel right. And just look at her face. Oh, shoot. But hold on. Does she just, like, become some sort of entity or something? Like, how could she still be in WandaVision? Ooh. Is that her body fighting it? Dude, I really like the purple look. Oh my gosh, I really like the purple look as well. It's like she doesn't want to be bad, but then like she doesn't have control over it. Now my question is, what has she done with Wanda's children? And what's she done with Wanda? We saw her almost like enchant her in a similar way that Sylvie would. It's weird how similar they are, eh? I'm just trying to think of how they could all connect. And she just flies away. What's she got to do with Wanda? Oh, here we go, we're back now.
What? Oh.
She won't be able to do anything.
That's adorable.
That's the...
My thoughts are not available to you, Toots.
Okay, can I just say that if this lady here, Agatha, if in the comics she has been the one that mentors Wanda, at this exact point in time, I don't think Wanda would be able to overpower her by herself. Does that make sense? I kind of feel like it's going to have to be some sort of team up, like WandaVision, Rambo, all of them against her now. I actually didn't think there would be a villain in the series. Like, seriously, like, I was kind of thinking, are they just going to portray Wanda as the villain and just not have a villain? But dude, episode 7, we have our villain, and I'm pretty sure she's going to be more powerful than, like, maybe not anything we've seen before, but perhaps more powerful than Wanda, because it's the same sort of magic. I mean, maybe, yes, Wanda can overpower Thanos, but someone of the same magnitude, with similar powers, someone who probably, or in other sort of stories, mentors her. I don't know how they're going to explain that or connect that, because that's not what's happened, obviously, in this story. Perhaps they're just cut from a similar cloth. Maybe that's just what it is. Also, you have to think about it. How did she get her power? It's probably more natural to her, whereas Wanda's powers were, like, forged in the stones, obviously. Now, as usual with new characters and new sort of revelations, all I think to myself is, what is their motive? What could be their motive, and how could this connect with everything? Now, if I'm being honest, I can't exactly see what her motive is, and the other thing is as well is, like, how did she get in this situation? Because if Wanda created this world for herself because she was grieving, then it doesn't explain how she's here, unless Wanda didn't create any of it, and she's just basically running the track that was dug for her. Does that make sense? I can't believe I didn't see as well with Agatha. Like, at the start, I remember thinking, like, you know, what's the point of her character? But the show was written so well, it just disguised her completely.
Where are they?
And you can't do anything. Look at her. Her powers are, like, gone.
Your magic's no good here.
Hold on. Magic's no good here. Why? Holy shoot.
Waiting for you to reveal your true self. I got close with
Why?
Fietro, if you will, but no dice. A Cristallu possession. Necromancy was a non-starter since your real brother's body is on another continent.
What? Wait, holy shit. Wait, so that means Pietro is technically... It's his spirit, in a way. It's his spirit. So he's been sort of summoned in another body. Is that what that is? So she's created him. But does that mean that if she's gone, her magic stops working? Or does that mean he's literally brought back now in this body? There are so many possibilities. But that doesn't mean anything for Vision, though. That's the thing that's getting me, is I think the thing that's going to be horrible is it's going to be Vision that can't leave. It's going to be Vision, and it's just going to break her even further. Now, part of me feels like she wants to use Wanda for her own good. And I feel like she's almost like trying to strike a deal with her. She's going to sort of put her in a position where she wants to mentor her. That would be a good sort of nod to the comics, wouldn't it? Mentor her, but not for good intention. Part of me feels like that's going to be some sort of situation. It just doesn't... I can't understand why she'd be that patient throughout this world and this process. Why she'd use Pietro. And why would she do this? If she didn't want it for some personal gain, and that using Wanda's powers, or in some way either consuming her powers or just using her or mentoring her for her own benefit. Like, that's the only reason I can think of.
What's your secret, sister?
So she wants to know about how she does everything she's been doing.
Listen.
It's like an envy.
Hey, I need you to tell me how you did this.
I didn't do anything.
Oh!
I'm not.
She wants to know how she made this world.
I tried to be gentle.
That's the motive.
Nudge
That's
you
the
away from
intention.
This ridiculous fantasy. All you could recall was the feeling. You felt empty.
Why would she want to create a world like this? Why?
Let's start there.
She's literally trying to interrogate her to get this information out of her. Dude, she's so creepy. But how did she become a thing?
Pretend for a while, hasn't it, Wanda? But it's time to look at some real reruns.
What is going on?
Oh. Charming. Love the Cold War aesthetic.
Is this like Wanda before everything? Oh, it's her mum. Oh, I see. She wants Wanda's powers. She's already bloomin' powerful. You can see it. She's very intelligent. She knows what she's doing. But she wants to know how Wanda created this world. Presumably for negative intention. Like, right, she's got something she wants to do. And, well, I mean, that's like a perfect fortress Wanda's created. To stop people from getting in and to stop bad things from happening. Now, she wants that. First thing, she tries to ask her for it. And now she's resolved. She knows what Wanda said to Pietro, which is all she felt was grief and emptiness when this all happened. So she's now trying to replicate that. I'm assuming she's showing her parents' death, i.e. Iron Man's bombs falling on their house, hence why that led all the way to the Avengers and Ultron, etc. And she's going to replicate that grief and then create something worse, way worse, a world that she can control with her abilities rather than Wanda's. So that's why she's been dormant, because she's been waiting for the moment to snap Wanda out of this, to create her own pathway, to create her own thing. But why? I can't think of why. Now, can I just say, like, I'm really impressed with her acting, because she went from, boom, sitcom, supposed to be cheesy, supposed to be kind of weirdly funny, to Wicked Witch of the West. Like, holy shoot. And she's literally like an evil Wanda. The question is, how did she get her powers? Because they're so similar to Wanda's, except she's using, like, enchantment and like weird sort of spells and stuff, where Wanda's just like, you know, got the powers from obviously the stone. Or this is just a hint to the fact that Wanda's abilities haven't been unlocked to her full potential, and that's maybe an arc that we're going to develop throughout phase 4, will continue onwards until presumably the end of her arc.
Oh, look.
Oh, is that all the sitcoms? Oh, that explains. That explains why she out of that explains why out of her grief these things have been created, because when she felt empty and grief, this world that was created around her was built to represent happy memories. Those sitcom DVDs, happy memories, right? Pietro, happy memory. To be honest though, I'm not completely sure about Pietro. Also, that wouldn't explain why her parents didn't come into it. I don't know. We'll just have to keep watching, but that explains why. I was sitting here wondering for so long, like, what's with the sitcom? What's with this weird show? And this, oh my god, it's literally almost exactly the same as Wanda's representation. Look at it. Just look at, the parallels are insane. So it's literally her memories that she's casting on into this world. It's her memories. Her happy memories. And that's what she always wanted. That's the saddest thing, eh? A normal life that she's never been allowed to have. That when this is the most normal ever. Holy shoot, that gave me a fright. And the bomb that doesn't explode drops in front of them. That's the story we hear in Ultron. Oh my god. And that's the moment her happiness was whoosh, stripped away from her. Oh. Stark Industries, what did I say? And that's what sparked it all.
Did you stop that bomb?
Holy shoot! Is she the one that stopped it?
We were trapped.
Holy shoot. I need to pause it.
So,
I don't know what to say. Mind is just exploding. I never ever thought that we'd get this backstory. I mean, we always were told about it, you know, the one thing they saw, the Stark Industries bomb drop down, not explode. Did she stop that? Or is that just like, is she actually interrogating her to wonder if that's what happened? Or did it literally just not go off? But the thing is, like, the bigger thing I want to talk about, guys, is the way that she's projecting her memories and the happy parts of her life into this hex, into the hex that we've been experiencing for the past however many episodes. So everything that was like happy for her at that time, the sitcoms, that's the biggest part, right? All the sitcoms, how could that be? Perhaps that was the happiest she may have felt in her life. And then the happiest and then the saddest, so the grief. And then perhaps that trigger point that we got back then, once Vision died and come back from Endgame, etc., that trigger point was reignited. And you know what's really cool about this as well is you can associate it so well with the way that trauma works in real life. Like, obviously it's not completely accurate, this is dramatized. For a start, she's a witch, right? So it's not exactly the same, but you can see the connections with how, the way people's trauma and grief works. You see, like, little things that you remember from back when you were happy or certain times before a traumatic event. You see those things in large scales or just everywhere you go during the grief stage. Now, you pair grief with the power that Wanda has, and you're going to get something massive like this, right? You're going to get something insane. And that's exactly what we've got. Now, the fact is that this lady here, Agatha, she wants that ability. She saw that and she goes, oh my god. Oh my god, that is insane. I want a piece of that. I wonder what I could do. And I'm almost certain she has no less than the most evil of intentions. Also, can I just say, I think when I watched the last episode, I remember laughing quite a lot. This is not a laugh. This is not funny, this episode. So if this is more serious, holy shoot. The show, WandaVision, can send me from cracking up in laughter, really enjoying myself, to absolutely shocked, feeling her pain almost and empathizing with her. That's how good this show has been. Loki does that too. Come on, props to Marvel. Holy shoot.
So what I see here is a baby witch, obsessed
Oh!
with and years of therapy ahead of her. Doesn't explain your recent hijinks.
Holy shoot.
Where'd you get the big guns, Wanda?
I wonder if the Infinity Stones are going to come back into play again. You know what I mean? Like, now that it's all over with Thanos, I wonder if there's going to be another being that has interest in those stones. Maybe those are always going to be a part of Marvel. Because this seems to me like she wants those powers. She touches the stone. But that's Vision's stone. What is What was that?
So, little orphan Wanda got up close and personal with an Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
That what otherwise would have died on the
Goodness
vine.
sakes.
Broken pieces of you.
And she's gonna go try and amplify
I
herself.
have a theory.
Pietro was dead, and I was in a new country. I was all alone.
And Vision was there for her. What's the bet she
Yeah.
tries to take Vision now? Here you go, here's a little smile. Lift the mood a bit.
I've never experienced loss because I've never had a loved one to lose.
Dude, what's the bit he like feels that when
It's grief.
Yo. No, don't, Marvel, don't set me up for this. I don't want to see them separated again, but I know it's gonna happen. Let's just say I'm gonna feel grief. What he's talking about now, I'm gonna feel that at the end of the show, 100%. He's talking about how he's never felt that, he's never had to lose a loved one. Why do I think it's gonna be almost like the reverse way around? Like last time he was dying, he's not gonna see beyond that point. Now, what if like him having to exist in this world, he has to see Wanda leave it. And that's going to be a loss in itself. He's never going to get to see her again. I just wish Wanda was powerful enough to somehow bring him back without having the stone there. Because this is the love of her life right here. Also, can I just say, this episode is bloody well serious. I was like, I sort of came out to my room time, it was night time, I was like, oh, you know what, smash out another WandaVision reaction so I can edit and get it out for you guys. And I'm sitting here thinking, this is going to be another funny, probably action-packed. Dude, this is sad stuff. This is literally like the mood went from I mean, like, I guess that's what the show's trying to do. It's trying to show you what she feels like. That's what empathy is, and I think that's really, I mean, it's done that so well. I'm sitting here empathizing with her every second of the way. What she's re-experiencing that right now is traumatic. Oh my god, and look at her tear. Even Agatha, that sadistic, horrible person. Bring him back.
You wanted him back.
And he's...
I wanted him back.
Wait, what's going on?
I wanted him back.
So she went to Sword. What were they doing with his body? Let's have a look, eh?
Wanda Maximoff. It's an honor to meet you. Truly.
So he...
Who are you?
Was he really doing it all?
Tyler Hayward.
And his body's just
What
apart.
is this? Why are you showing me this?
Explain yourself, pal, now.
We're dismantling the most sophisticated sentient weapon ever made.
For goodness sakes.
this.
So they
Fact
were.
is, our
They were.
legal and ethical obligation.
How did his body get reassembled? How did she do that? Ooh. I'm really happy this is happening, but at the same time, if they don't somehow resurrect him, I'm gonna be really sad.
Fall back.
Bro, what are they gonna do? Sit down. Sit down. What's she doing? Is she like temporarily bringing him back or something? Oh. But then she just leaves. So she doesn't break him out. And she went to Westview. Unless Agatha was always in Westview. To grow old in. Endorsement, Wanda Maximoff and Vision. Oh! So they had plans already. Did they have a property and everything? And that was all stripped away in Infinity War. Here you go. Oh. And she literally created it. Wait, so is none of that actually real? Is that all fake? And there comes the sitcom. That's the start of everything. But Vision's body. How did Vision get in there? Wait, she literally... She created a Vision. Oh my god. So it was never his actual body. Which means this world that she's created, all of the stuff that's fake, really isn't real. And it's not going to be able to leave without this weird reality continuing. Unless somehow she can keep him, but his body is literally still in Swords. But that's the thing though, that's the thing. His body is still being messed with. So I'm almost certain that they're going to have some sort of thing come up later on with his body being used as a weapon. She went through all this trauma. She went to see Vision. She realised she'd lost everything. She came back here. They had a house planned. They had a place to stay. This is where they were going to live and grow old together. And then she just generated this whole reality around of herself out of grief. And it's all shocking to her. And she created her own Vision. That's the thing. I was sitting here thinking like, oh, well, she did take his body. And if that was the case, I'd be like, come on. So she did bring him back. But all she's done is create a version of him. Now, can that version survive? I'm going to be praying for the whole remainder of this episode and the next that he can continue after this, but everything is just pointing towards the fact that he won't be able to. And look who it is. I don't think I could hate a character so much right now. And she just snaps herself away. Oh shoot!
You have no idea how dangerous you are. You're supposed to be a myth.
Oh my
being capable
god!
of spontaneous creation.
So she just
Here
created.
you are.
But can it exist? Can it
using
stay?
to make breakfast for dinner.
Oh
That
my
makes you-
god.
The Scarlet Witch.
Oh. Dude, what a way to announce that name! Scarlet Witch, holy shoot! This show is getting insane. I feel like I say that a lot, insane. Wait. What? Oh my god. And they've managed to make him a weapon. Oh my god. And don't you dare make her kill him a third time. Oh my god. Tomorrow. I am going to watch that tomorrow. It's a bit late now. My little brother's been going to bed, so I can't really record anymore. Unfortunately. Damn it. This always happens. I am invested. I have to say I'm invested. Guys, I said, I'm pretty sure I said ages ago, I wonder if I can clip it. I said, I hope they don't use, or I said something like Vision, is Vision going to be used as a villain? Is they somehow going to portray Vision as a villain? And then like the whole thing about when we just found out that his body wasn't, well, Wanda created him. So it's going to be Vision versus Vision, right? Holy shoot. Now the thing is this new evil Vision, that's his actual body. Is there any way that we can somehow transfer consciousness and put our Vision in this body again? If the body's working, how come we can't have Vision back? I'm amazed, guys, at the way this show has taken a turn. We've now got two villains. We've now got Wanda protecting all of it. Probably Wanda and her fake family fighting the fake Vision, or the real Vision, should I say, and this, whatever her name is. Now, this is the start of Scarlet Witch. Now, that's crazy as well to think about, that she's also been like this whole time. And she's probably the reason that the Stark Bomb didn't blow up. And we didn't know that at all. I always thought she was created by Hydra. But no, she was just amplified by Hydra. But yeah, guys, that's actually the end of the reaction. I mean, what an insane episode that was. I mean, I enjoyed every single bit. Probably my favourite episode of this season. It was absolutely insane. There's actually surprisingly not a lot I think I can talk about. I'm just sitting here in shock. Absolute shock. We got the biggest backstory ever. We saw everything that happened before this point. We saw Wanda literally create all of this out of trauma. Create a Vision. She didn't just resurrect him. She created him, which makes her the Scarlet Witch. She created all of this. And now she's got to do everything she can to fight off what's about to destroy it again. Now, I better not have to see Wanda kill Vision for the third time now. Or watch him die a third time. Right? I better not have to see that. I'll be fuming. But yeah, guys, the level of backstory in that episode was absolutely mental. The fact that we got to see everything back to the creation or the amplification of her powers. We got to see everything back with Pietro. They didn't actually show Pietro with Hydra though, which I was a bit confused about. I was trying to figure out how did they create him. Because surely he didn't start with those powers. And then obviously we saw this continuation with how Vision was created and what this means for Wanda, and the fact that we've now got this I'm going to call it the new Hydra. It's not actually Hydra, it's Sword, and I knew they were dodgy all along. They've been messing with his body. I said a few reactions ago, what were they doing with his body? And this was this thing all along. And you know what's funny as well? The weirdest thing is they are using Wanda's energy to power it. So part of me feels like Wanda can somehow, am I being optimistic and thinking she can like put Vision back in, or make Vision, you know, bring him back? He's not, obviously he's grey, he's not the colourful Vision we're used to. Can we please get Vision? Please, don't do this to me. I don't want more grief. But yeah, guys, honestly, I think I'm going to leave that there. I don't think I need to speak anymore. I think this episode stands as itself, and all the talking I've done as a solid reaction, and honestly, I just want to get straight to the next part. Like, this should really be a part 1 and a part 2. So I will 100% be working on the next reaction ASAP. Probably filming it tomorrow. Maybe 4 days in a row uploading. I mean, wouldn't you guys like that? 4 days in a row of WandaVision. That would be absolutely crazy. And then we'll be finished the season. So I just can't wait. I think this does sort of wrap up the reaction, guys. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for new content coming every single week. Also, as ever, like I said, don't forget to follow my Instagram, BritishChap2Ps. The link is in the description below. Now, guys, let me know in the comments what you thought of this reaction. How conflicted were you at this point with the fact that we're about to get evil Vision versus probably our Vision, or fake Vision, as you'd say, with Wanda, her children. A nice dynamic Maximoff team up to go and fight this new Hydra, as I'm calling it. What did you think about this whole situation, guys? And did you know that this Sword Agency were guilty all along? Did you sort of have the same theories as me? And how much could you relate to my reaction in the sense of predicting things, seeing things? and just his whole backstory. It's absolutely crazy, guys. I'm happy to like get some discussion going. But yeah, guys, first things first, thank you so much to the person that reminded me about naming my reactions WandaVision without the hyphen in the middle, because that's going to help me so freaking much. I didn't even think about the fact that I was like sort of writing it wrong. It just looks natural for me to have that in the middle. But thank you guys so much, or whoever that was, guys. Thank you so much for doing that. If you're watching, it was absolutely insane. You're a legend, mate. Obviously, this will be named WandaVision, not Wanda-Vision. You're awesome. But anyway, guys, as ever, this has been your boy, British Chat. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
It's a war zone.